Hi everyone, Amber here from So Majestic. Thank you so much for joining me again. Today I'll be sewing up month 4 of Cotton Cut's Puzzle Mystery Quilt. I am doing the cornflower colorway with these beautiful greens, blues, grays, and a white. So thank you to Cotton Cuts for allowing me to be an ambassador and sewing up your Puzzle Mystery Quilt each month. We are doing this block. We are making 2 of these today for month 4. So I hope you enjoy. Let me know in the comments what colorway you're doing. And their new mystery quilt, the fall one called Carnival, will have signups coming up at the end of the month. So let me know if you're doing that one as well. I'm so excited. I can't wait to choose my colorway. Okay, so we are ready to start our month 4. I'm doing the cornflower colorway in the small size. So on your clue, we are making 2 of these today. In the video, I'll only be making 1. And the first thing that I like to do is down here on our instructions, it has all the different pieces laid out. And as you can see in the cornflower colorway, like some of them are kind of similar to each other. So if I lay my pieces out ahead of time, exactly like it shows here, it really helps me. So step 1 has us taking our small square A, and I just double check to make sure that I have the correct side facing up. And we are going to put 2 triangle E's. And I like to make sure that I lay mine out exactly like it shows in the picture. And the instructions say to make 4, but I am going to make 2 today because I will be sewing up the other section in a TikTok live video. Okay, so I'm going to sew the top of this triangle first. And our instructions show that we are pressing our seams towards the E triangle. So for my colorway, that is towards the darker color. And I love this little iron that I have here. It makes it so much easier to do all the work right near my sewing machine instead of having to roll across the room. And I'm being careful to make sure that I am just pressing the seams. I'm not trying to stretch them or really like iron back and forth. Okay, and now we need to add our second E triangle. And again, I'm going to lay them out exactly like they look in the picture. So that way I do not get confused. And then fold them in on themselves and clip. And the great thing about Cotton Cuts is everything is cut for you and usually lines up absolutely perfect. Okay, I'm going to sew them at the machine. And I am just using regular Gutermann thread and a size 70-10 universal needle in my machine. And I'm sewing on a Singer 5528. Now we are pressing the seams again towards this triangle. Okay, I'm going to set these to the side. Now we are on step 2. So we need to sew a large D triangle. My D fabric is this darker gray, and a large B triangle. And in the instructions, it says to make 2, but again, I'm going to make 1 for this video. And also, I am making sure that I line them up exactly what they look like in the picture to make sure I am not sewing the wrong sides or anything together. And our instructions show that we are pressing the seam towards the D triangle. So for my colorway, that is the dark gray. I like to always press first while it is closed and then open it up. Okay, so now we are going to take one of our pieces from step 1, looking like this, and the triangle that we just sewed with our D fabric up top and the B fabric towards the left, and we are going to sew them together. And I am making sure that I line up my center crease with the center here. So I line that up first and then clip my edges. Okay, and we are pressing this towards our B and D triangles. And then in the instructions, these little arrows always tell you which way you are pressing your seams. Okay, and I'm going to move this one to the side. All right, we are sewing another large D and B triangle, but this time it is being switched the directions. And then because these are die cut, make sure, see how like this is the back side and the front side's actually facing the front of this one. So you always want to make sure, double check your sides to make sure that you have the right side facing up. Okay. And again, I'm matching it up with the picture here. And making sure I clip everything into place. Okay, and then this is getting pressed towards our D triangle. So make sure that you are pressing your seams in the correct directions. Okay, we are already on step 5. So we are taking our second piece that we had made in step 1 and now attaching it to our piece from piece 4, step 4, I mean. And again, I'm going to line up the center here with my center seam. Okay, take that to the machine. Okay, and we are pressing towards our triangles. Your piece D and piece B. Okay, I'm also going to set this one to the side. Our next step is to take step 6, take a D square, which is my darker gray fabric, and 2 A rectangles. And again, I want to make sure that I have the correct sides facing up. So we are going to sew them together. And I'm actually going to clip both sides at the same time and sew them together. And when I'm trimming this thread, you can see I didn't cut it at the machine, so I'm cutting it here. Okay, and then both of these are being pressed. The seams are going towards the D section. So you want to press towards your center square. Okay, and now step 7, we are taking our large rectangle C. So for my colorway, it's like this bright green. And we are attaching it to the bottom of the piece that we just sewed. And we are pressing our seams towards the large rectangle. Okay, and you can see my seams are a little bit off, like the rectangle is slightly larger, but I'm just going to hide that in the seam allowance of the next steps. Okay, so for step 8, we are joining step 3. So that is our first square that we made, and we're joining it to the left side. So for me, this square of fabric A is going to be up against the rectangle C. And I'm going to line up these center seams when I clip them. I like to fold it up a little bit towards me so I can really see. And your seams, if you press them according to the directions, they should nest perfectly. And you can see how my green is a little bit longer. So I'm going to sew from this side, and I'm going to do the 1/4 inch. So that way I can make sure that it's getting hidden properly in the seam allowance. And our directions have the arrows pointing towards the middle section. So we are pressing our seams towards our colorful rectangle. Missed a thread right there. And again, you want to make sure that you are not tugging at it. You don't really want to warp your blocks. So I just try to open them gently with my fingers. I'm going to give a little bit of a press to the other seams. I'm actually going to move these other pieces out of my way. All right, so we are attaching now our step 5 to the right-hand side. So again, our square is going to be butting up against our C rectangle. So for me, it's going to look like this. And I'm going to line up the center seams. That's easiest for me when it's facing towards me. And I just take my time making sure that they are lined up and they, again, are nested perfectly as long as you pressed your seams per the directions. And again, we are pressing towards the center. Oh, actually, let me reverse that because otherwise, yeah, no. All right, that's right. Okay. Making sure when I open it that it goes towards the right direction. And I can feel like this seam wants to come up a little bit. So again, I just take some extra time and press down my seams really well. And let me move these pieces out of the way. All right, so you will be making 2 of these for month 4. And I hope you find that helpful. All right, everybody, thank you so much for joining me for month 4 of the Village Green Puzzle Mystery Quilts. And thank you again to Cotton Cuts for allowing me to sew this up each month and provide a tutorial for you. Leave me a comment, let me know how it's going, and let me know what colorway you're picking for the fall Puzzle Mystery Quilt. See you next month.